Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale. Amazing! Incredible! So I'm guessing the wild hunt is a thing of the past?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready. I haven't seen him in the longest time.
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados, but weren't you still fast?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Whoa, bring it on!
like that.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh! I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair? You must be the honorary knight, and Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius, and a member of the Expeditionary Force.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right! So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So,
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church.
jeez, how many people? In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's so, tone-deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Wrights-a-Lot to be—
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have—
You sure are. To use the Grand Master's own...
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, ruin guard, I could get some practice in.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we haven't—
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you could—
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition day.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this whole—
Let's go! It's been a while!
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss Guide.
The abyss. The wild. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few. This expedition is almost over. We will make our triumphant
Stormwind!
Without the Rapier of Solnari to direct them, it's...
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the like...
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just...
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard.
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andrea... might be better to...
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sure writes a lot is real.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter.
You mean Kaya?
He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel, allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel.
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey.
Great, but I won't be resting. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial. Well,
Very well, but please...
I will. Goodbye.
Honorary Knight, you're still here? Is it that obvious?
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Nokrai is stable. Surely.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition, it seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the... And yet, for some reason, the Grandmaster said...
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next... I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some... what's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Huh?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry, although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. You experienced the turmoil caused by Duval and the East Wind's actions for yourself.
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action. I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place.
Hi everyone. I'm Sansa, and I'm working on becoming a bard.
All goes quiet on Starsnatch Cliff. High, high in the trees. No whiff of the wind. No sign of the birds. No flapping of wings. Then it goes. Pause!
Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time.
The 42nd and 90th time?
Yep. I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance. So, this is my 101st time playing this song. But my first time performing it live. I really thought it would go well this time. But nope. I blew it again.
Right. That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it still isn't working, maybe it's more a question of... Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some suggestions. And, Paimon can give...
Aw, that's so kind of you. I'm touched that you're willing to help me.
Notes about what?
Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Oh, but you can ignore the second...
Whoa, this is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt library. So are you like a music scholar, collector, librarian?
Well, my parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. But now, I'm applying everything I've learned in academia to becoming a bard. Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my rehearsals wrong?
Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. He never... And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound really great. Unless he's actually been...
Venti!
Ah! Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from?
A whoosh?
So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go to...
I can help too, Venti. Your music has always been a huge inspiration to me. And, after we find it, could I get some advice on sound? Sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. Wow, really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook? Oh, it's... I guess I just lack that natural talent. Maybe I'm not meant to be a bard, huh? Oh, let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside the window. His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze that... Yeah, that's it. I wanted to be free and happy just like him. And like him, I wanted to share that joy with the whole world. But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. I try to mitigate that by doing plenty of practice to make sure nothing goes wrong. But it's no use. What? But...
Exactly. If you really want to share freedom and joy with the world, first you need to be the freest and happiest person of them all.
So, I've got to be my freest, happiest self.
In that case, Paimon will be the audience. Paimon is the most...
That was my first ever successful performance in front of a crowd. Once the music started, it felt like I became one with the wind.
The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show.
Oh, Charcoal! So it was you! I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat.
What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf with Venti's poem?
Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very important to him. Could you give it back? You've helped me so much. I feel bad that I have no way to...
Like the wind.
I can hardly believe I can't offer much. Oh, and as well as tunes. I also collected all kinds of instruments.
Awesome!